Welcome to the SID's View podcast.
Just sounds so dirty.
Did Remy go through puberty?
This is
He might have.
That was aggressive, dude. That was like 3 octaves lost.
Wow.
welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, flight attendant is not your backup plan.
No, you
No.
did. No,
Correct.
you did sound good though.
Thanks, buddy.
You sound so
It
romantic.
was just, unique.
No, it's romantic. It's like his inside voice.
He doesn't have an inside voice.
I definitely don't.
No, you're all outside.
Oh yeah, thanks.
You're out
Seriously.
there.
Oh,
Your mic can be screwed up and you still sound fine.
The amount of
Hell
times
yeah.
people have said, stop yelling to me, and I'm like, but I'm just talking.
Wait, you just made that whole
just
sound? Are
talking.
you Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
what's up? Oh, you remember him?
Oh, of course.
The
You guys
wrestler?
all watch wrestling?
Well,
I mean,
I
when-
wasn't alive back then, but
When Hacksaw Jim Duggan was wrestling, I did.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, with that big 2x4,
oh yeah. I used to do all that stuff right on my brother.
you'd hit him with the 2x4.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
I Georgia Animal Steel his ass too. I started chewing on his ear.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you remember Georgia Animal Steel?
They used to
I know who that
Feel like
is.
this.
I
He used
don't
to-
remember George Animal Steel.
He
Oh,
used to
dude.
chew the turnbuckle.
And if he got real smart, I Jimmy Snookered his ass right off the top of the bunk bed.
With the little splash.
See, when I think of iconic moments, I think of Booker T and
Oh,
Stone
Booker
Cold in the
T.
supermarket. See,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good moment.
Do you guys remember the Junkyard Dog?
Of course.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
my
Again,
goodness.
remember is still a loose term in that case.
TikTok is great because they'll show like an old wrestler, and then they'll show them now either with wings or.
That's messed up.
What?
Well, that's what they
It's
do,
like an
right? I
AI
mean,
photo.
I get
That's
stuck
messed up.
on this stuff, man. I get stuck on the stupid guy dancing to his song all the time in the hospital.
No, when I start seeing that shit, I know I'm on the wrong side of TikTok.
Yeah, JJ's
I'm
like,
on the
Dad, why
wrong
does
side."
he keep showing up on your TikTok? I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I can't stop him.
Do you do dance TikToks with the girls?
Yeah, so we've been watching them all. I enjoy me and JJ sit in bed and we watch them. I enjoy them.
You haven't done one though.
What, a dance?
Yeah.
Bro, you haven't looked at JJ's TikTok?
I don't have JJ on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, we used to start following
That's a
her.
bad job by you, guy.
That is a bad job by you, bro.
I don't have TikTok.
Oh.
You don't?
No, I don't care for TikTok.
You don't?
I feel like there's a lot of rot on there that I don't want to see.
There
Okay.
is.
No, that's a good
Settle
point.
in.
That's a good point.
Let's get this show on the road.
Well, let's start the insanity.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Man Cave for another edition of the SID's View podcast. Still the off season, but plenty to talk about. We're ready to get after it. Diego's in the house. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, man. Listen, it's midweek for me. I work 4 days a week. It's hump day, baby. Let's go.
All right, let's see here. Who's over here on the controls?
Am I going to be the one doing this?
Well, no, you called out 6, so we're going to have Bonssa do it.
Where's my super suit?
Yo. Northerners invade South Boston for the Smart King modified race, while the defending Smart Modified champion is taking the shift up to another gear.
Oh, well done, my friend. Down in the bullpen, Rob's got the bowling shirts. It's going to be a doozy of a show.
Aloha, Mr. Hand.
What up, everybody? Your man Rob back in fashion once again. Don't really have the same juice without that yo, but nonetheless, there's a lot to talk about, people, so let's get into it.
Yeah, it is a little bit different without the Reminator here. She is a little bit under the weather, so we're going to do our best to get the show going without her. Hopefully she's tuning in. Maybe she'll even be in the chat, Diego, and give us some words of wisdom that we always enjoy from the Reminator.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
True story. All right, listen, everybody. If you want to join the party, you want to get to into that chat, talk with us directly during the live stream, go to youtube.com/SidsView/join. Get yourself a membership, $4.99 a month. You also get that bonus content every Thursday. We had some quality discussions here before we went live, so tune in for that.
Sir?
And don't forget, now we still have some sponsorships available for the podcast. You know, as the season starts getting going, we're going to have all kinds of new stuff. We got the point standings, looking for a Seaconk point standing sponsor. And we got some new elements here, a little Fast Five segment. We're going to do a little round robin questions with our in-studio guests. We also have a hotline where we can have some call-in guests. And so we're looking for some more marketing partners to make those segments work. So go to youtube.com/sponsorship for all the details, or send us an email at sidsviewpodcast@gmail.com. Diego, did you have yourself a good week? How about the UConn men and women still hanging out in the brackets? Come on.
Hey, listen, I know it's a racing show, but it's getting down to the nitty gritty.
That is for
We
sure.
were working on the car the other night, and my boy Donnie and Bob said, "Hey, let's put the UConn girls game on." This was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched the game. I'm like, dude, within like, I don't know, 10 minutes of the first half, it scores like 42-8.
I know, they just
It's
crush
like
people.
42-8. I'm like, what is? I haven't watched them that much. Are they? Is there anybody in the country that could give them a game? You know?
Not that I mean, they're undefeated, but I'm sure there's a couple of those number one seeds that probably could. But I mean,
Yeah.
they're undefeated. For the 11th time, they went through the season undefeated. How awesome is
Listen, I don't want to skip over the men.
that? Yeah.
Caravan had a hell of a game.
He was great.
Bro, every week somebody's beasting for them.
Yeah.
Right? They're not shooting the ball good and somebody else shows up. I know. Listen, I went to bed late the other night. My wife's like, it was like almost midnight. And it's terrible. I get up for work early. Said, I cannot, after watching a game,
You can't go right to bed.
can't go to bed.
because you're all amped up.
like my feet were
Right.
sweating and shit. My hands, it was like a 7-point game. And I'm like, oh, nobody's shooting the ball good but Caravan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, I hope they don't lose because I want to watch Friday night. This Friday
Right,
night, the game's
exactly.
on again.
So Bonssa, if you don't know, Bonssa is not really a basketball fan. However, when we were working on Thursday, one of the early games, High Point,
Oh, yeah.
who I think was the first time they'd ever made the tournament,
Yes.
won, and it was a nail biter. Bonssa, it was compelling, was it not?
It was really good.
Yeah.
I don't have any issue with March Madness. It's just I don't follow it.
Yeah.
It's college basketball is too much to follow. But that game was actually really
Yeah.
fun to watch. And I love seeing a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
And that was a big one.
And that's why the tournament works. And listen, we're going to have our own brackets later in the show. We also have some big news we're going to drop for the Monaco Modified Series that we're excited to get to. However, before we do that, Diego,
Yes.
I think it's time, you know, how we do it at the top of the show.
Hell
now, right?
yeah. All right, here we go. It's the Mid-State Live Chat Poll Question of the Night. Are you guys ready for this?
It's a
Yes.
tremendous delivery. Right?
Oh yeah. No,
Little
listen,
bit of that
I love
flying around there.
I love mid-state site development in the
Of
corners, and these live chat polls are really cool questions. So tonight's question is, what marquee spring modified event do you look forward to the most? And there's four answers here, and the first one's going to be, is it the King of the Modifieds, which we just had this past weekend, if any of you guys missed it? Mm-hmm. The Northeast Classic, which happens up at Loudon, which is a really, really cool event. We got the Icebreaker. It's a well-run event every year, one of my favorites. And last but not least, the Spring Sizzler up at Stafford Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Mid-State Site Development poll question of the night.
It's in the chat. It has been posted.
Yes.
All right, let's get in there.
All right.
Vote them up.
I gave my unbiased answer already.
Did you
Oh,
really?
Good job by you there.
I love to vote in the poll. I don't know if you guys get to do it, but
I like
I
that.
love voting now.
No, good job by you. All right. All right, so listen, we got some exciting news here, Diego.
Yep.
You know, we do content for the Monaco Modified Series.
Oh, yeah.
Take care of their extended highlight packages and all the content on their YouTube channel. We do a lot of reels. We hang out with the drivers. We ask them stupid questions.
It's a lot of fun.
We have a lot of fun with them.
I enjoy just hanging out with you guys.
I got to tell you that that's right. You did the Haunted
I
100.
enjoyed it,
You got
yes.
a nice little of how we did things there. Yeah, the drivers on the series have really embraced the kind of content that we want to do. And I mean, Rob and I came up with some really goofy questions last year, and they had a
Yeah,
bunch
but they were fun.
Yeah, they had fun with us. Yeah. So during the off season, talking with Renee and Ed and all those guys over there at Monaco about what we could potentially do for some different content. And so we are getting back into the reality series game.
Whoa.
Wow, first in a while.
It's the first one for us in a while, and it's going to be really cool. And I'm just going to stop talking and just show you the trailer. So
Let's
check
go.
it out. Here's what's going to be happening this year.
The history of automobile racing goes back over a century. Today, one form truly stands out: the modifieds.
To me, a modified is one of its own.
I don't think there's anything else like it.
650 horsepower.
15-inch open wheels.
Badass machines.
The Monaco Modifieds bring you an added perspective to the deep depths of racing. 4 drivers will take us behind the scenes. They will try to triumph in a series difficult to conquer.
Racing against the best modified drivers in the country is hard.
You have guys from all over going to compete.
Anywhere from 12 to 16 drivers that can win.
Those guys don't play around. There's no other series like it. The toughest competition in the Northeast.
It pushes you to be better.
From the flat bull rings to the high speeds and high banks, hold on as you ride with us on the roller coaster of racing.
To the outside wall, Teddy Hodgson. Pitched off. There is Teddy Hodgson's sign of frustration. Oh, down the back straightaway, up on 2 wheels.
Brett's mad because he always tells somebody to use their head.
Definitely can be a downer, that's for sure. Figure it out because we know that we're capable of doing it.
There's absolutely no quit in this team. We'll fight to the end.
I wake up every morning, strive to be better each and every day, and in order to be the best, you got to be the best.
We're going to be a really good team to be reckoned with.
We want to be a staple on the modified circuit.
When the green flag comes out, it's time to lock in. These are the Monaco Modifieds. This is Modified Country.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. How you like that? Get some of that.
Yo, that's cool as shit.
So we're gonna
That
have
gets me a little pumped, man.
yeah.
I know.
We are gonna have a blast. So Woody Pitcat, Ronnie Williams, Teddy Hodgson, and Brett Meservey agreed to let us follow them around. As you saw in the trailer, we've already done some shop visits, and we are still going to be doing all the other stuff that we just talked about. All those reels, all the extended highlights, the drone, in cars up the wazoo. We're still going to be doing that as well. We're going to be filming this and editing it all season, and then at the end of the season, we will let you know the release date. So big shout out to those 4 drivers and their teams.
That's cool for those guys, too.
Because we do ask a lot of them. We
Yeah.
put a ton of cameras on their car. We record their team frequency. We need to do confessional interviews throughout the day, and 4 or 5 shop visits. So big thanks to them and their car owners and their teams for allowing us all that access. And it's an all-star cast putting it together. Bonssa, Rob, myself, Matt Spalding that works at Stafford,
Yep.
our man Preston, who's done some podcasts,
Oh, yeah.
and is a Sid's View veteran. Obviously, Ben and Josh are drone gurus. Our man Tom, Fenceline Films, is going to be helping us managing the GoPro. So we're bringing out an all-star cast to produce this.
Yep.
And a huge thanks to Monaco Ford for presenting this and allow us the ability to do it. And, of course, all the people at the Monaco series who embrace this idea, because this is a big project and you really have to have a lot of a commitment from them as well in order to pull it off. So I'm excited. It's been 7 years since we did a similar project at Stafford. And, there's a little bit buzz about reality series after the Christopher and Beers on that. But that's a little bit different because it's, there's an elimination involved and it's a competition. And this is really just about getting to know the drivers. But looking forward to it, man. We're going to have a lot of fun.
I'm going to tell you this. That's the second time I've seen it.
Yeah.
I got just as hyped that time, too, man. Right. No, I was exciting. I can't wait. And I love all those guys that are on there.
Yeah.
Pitcat's been a staple forever.
Yeah.
Meservey is such an underdog, but nasty as
Yep.
hell. And Hodgson he's knocking on the door regularly, and it's I can't
And
even
he's with a new team, so there's a different dynamic
I think they're
there.
going to be even better.
Yeah.
And I can't even believe I'm saying this, but Ronnie Williams is almost a crafty veteran.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
100%.
But he's still a young dude.
Yeah.
And he's the veteran. So it's a great cast, man. You guys, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to my man Bonssa here because Bonssa and I have been working together quite a bit lately. And, he did a bulk of that edit. And it was evident early on that our editing sensibilities are the same. And when he showed me that, I was like, dude, that's kick ass.
Yeah, it was.
I felt like if I edited it would be somewhat similar, and that's good for us in terms of synergy as we tackle this project. So
Well, you know,
I'm
it's
excited.
important. It's like when I talk to JJ, I know this is, you guys know this, but I tell to JJ, when we're practicing dancing, you got to listen to the beat, honey.
Yeah.
Right? And then so every piece of that, every hit was on a
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Right. Intensify it, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, so looking for that. So listen, all the info on that is going to be on Monaco Series, all their socials, their YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to that, please do. There's going to be a ton of content throughout the season as well. So make sure that you follow them on social because all of our content that we do for them will be on their channels. And with that, let's get after it because Bonssa's got a lot to go over here. Let's get going with the weekly update.
Sponsored by Dale Hedquist Motorsports, and we begin with racing at South Boston Speedway on Saturday, March 21st. The Smart Modified Tour King of the Modifieds, the third running of that event, and Ron Silk was crowned King of the Modifieds, winning the 125-lap feature and pocketing 20 grand. It's Silk's first win in the event, and we have a video of the battle where Silk took the lead for the final time. So, shall we take a look?
Yeah, let's get after it.
Absolutely.
Here comes the one of Patrick Emmerling looking to the inside of Ryan Newman. A battle between the 1 and 2 cars, and Emmerling not going to have the mojo off that corner, but he's got the preferred line here. Newman drifts high, but Newman trying to keep the momentum off the corner.
Inside and outside, the way your car's handled dictates it, and this is a battle royale right now. The outsiders
That's
now
a heck of a
moving to the
trio.
front of this field. Emmerling, the new leader.
Yeah, this
the
is
King
some
of the
great racing
Modifieds.
right here, man.
Here comes
South
the
Boston's a
16
fun track to watch
going
racing.
with Emmerling. The 2 NASCAR Wheel Modified Tour stars going for the championship again this year. Now 1 and 2 in this race as Newman slips back to
You got
third.
Kopsick
but
sneaking
here
in there.
comes Steven
Oh, he was
Kopsick.
hunting.
Kopsick
He was
second
hunting.
last
Look
year,
at
the
him.
King of the Modifieds. Good.
Look how low he
Leading
can
the
get his
going
car.
here, that #1 car, brand new machine for him.
Yeah,
no one else
he
is
was
running down
fast.
there.
South Boston.
Look
Still
how
a
low he
lot of
is.
mileage left on this race now, coming to lap 82 of this
As I said, there goes
125-lap affair. Silk now pokes his nose to the bottom. They're side by side off of turn number 2. Touching tires going into 3, the leaders.
2 of the best in modified racing going
this
at
is
it.
good. They're
Emmerling
dancing
on the
around.
outside. Silk trying to take
Bro, it
over.
was real good watching
They
it.
bang wheels once again.
I thought it was great,
Ron
man.
Silk in the preferred line, and he runs the one
Little
up
nerf.
the racetrack.
Oh, yeah.
Silky to the lead here in South
Silky.
Boston.
Wow, this is exhilarating.
Look how much lower the
racing
one
here
is,
in
right?
Virginia.
Do you see him?
Kopsick
Watch
moves to second
Kopsick.
position.
Yeah, he's almost cutting the pit wall.
Dude, he was
Yeah.
almost on pit lane.
Yeah.
Car handling great.
Love South Boston. You know, I got my first win there in iRacing.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, good for you, guy.
My one of 2 legend wins ever.
That's great.
I know.
Listen, I watched that race. Ron Silk. I never would have thought, I remember when he was back with Bruce Fontaine at the Speedbowl years ago. Man, that dude is nasty. I mean, they are so good.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize him and Kopsick were really good friends. I guess they're
Oh,
shops
yeah. Yep.
right down the road.
Yep.
And when during that race, they did a live interview with Phil Moran.
Yep.
And Phil just said, Kopsick's a friend of ours, and this is going to be a good race for the win. The one problem Kopsick had was he couldn't get a good restart at the end. He just kept spinning the tires, and Ron Silk would be all by himself by 2 going into 1. But, man, what a great race to watch.
Yeah.
I love seeing Ron Silk with the robe and the crown, knowing Ron.
Right.
It just looks amazing.
Yes. It's so unlike him to be able to put that stuff on.
No, but they're having a great. I mean, they brought that scroll out. I was like, people need to be taking notes. I mean, this is 10 out of 10 presentation right here.
No, they do a fantastic
Love the scroll,
job.
the Constitution
Well,
of modifieds.
You know it's a big race because there was a lot of cars there past Triac. I think there was like 5 or 6 guys from up here that had gone down there. And the unfortunate part was Jack Baldwin had a hell of a run. He's been running really well. He might have won, or Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman finished 3rd, right? But Jack Baldwin would have finished 2nd if the Northerners didn't come down and invade that race on them.
Right.
But that's what makes it fun, the invaders.
Yes.
All right, now we're going to move on to some news that came in last week from Roscoe Racing, where they unveiled that SK Modified competitor Steven Chapman will team up with Gary Casella and pilot the renowned Red 25 car in open modified shows this season. The team is still finalizing their schedule for the year. Chapman described his feelings to us as very excited, but, and I quote, big shoes to fill. Now, the guy who drove the 25 the last several years was Matt Swanson. What's his plans for 2026? He confirmed to us that he'll be running the family-owned 89 car full-time in the Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series while making select starts in the NASCAR Modified Tour. Swanson said he is, quote, stoked and hungry to win.
What do you think, brother?
Listen, he had a great run in the tour race last year in the family run car, right? It was at the end of the year. They got it. Matty's been at it a long time now.
Yeah.
You know, he's had some great people behind him at the 3, and then obviously with Gary Casella, and I think it just helped their own team.
Yeah.
I think they're on the way up for sure.
I'm excited to see what Chapman's going to do in there.
Yeah.
That's a really great opportunity for him. That's a good car, and be interested to see. You know, he had that great race there. Remember the race he had? I think it was an SK race, but when he had Waddell was spotted for him, right?
Oh yeah.
And,
Taco was spotted for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just going to say that was it's kind of a moment for me with him where it's like, yeah, this kid's got it. Like, you know, he's put the right pieces around him. He can get stuff done.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of question marks. I mean, how many open mod races has Steven run?
I think only one.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really a campaign I could see going either way. Obviously, he's showing a lot of promise in the SK stuff, but a lot of guys can't make the jump, and really, we have not a lot of data on what's going to happen with him this year.
Yeah,
I'm going to say this: he was nasty in the SK lights. Just like Tyler was.
Yeah, they all are.
Right?
Yep.
It speaks volumes for what the SK division is at Stafford, right? Because they've both, I'm not going to say they struggled. They both had their shots of running well. It's a tough division there.
Yeah, it's cutthroat.
Listen, I don't sleep on Steven.
Yeah.
I'm saying don't sleep on him. And if they could put that together with Roscoe, those guys, they might surprise a few people this year.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yep.
I think people also forget Steven Chapman does have an SK win at Stafford.
Right.
So we talk about how tough that division is.
Right.
He has one in that division. Now we're going to go to the Modified Racing Series because they announced that the champion for 2026 will earn a new custom fire suit package, which includes the fire suit itself, shoes, gloves, and a gear bag, while the series runner-up and third-place finisher get certificates as a credit towards getting a new fire suit.
Yeah, good job by them, man.
Yep.
Dude, I'm thinking about buying a car now.
Is that right?
I wanna win
it's already paying dividends. Huh?
That's great for them. I love Willie and that whole series.
Yeah, anytime you're doing a give back for your competitors, it's nothing but positive.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah,
I
definitely.
agree.
And fire suits are not cheap by any means.
True story.
Now we go to the NASCAR Modified Tour, where modified regular Max Zachem revealed the withdrawing of the Morgan family-owned 20 car from this Friday's Modified Tour race at Martinsville Speedway. Zachem told us that among the reasons for the withdrawal include rising diesel fuel prices, which, as we have seen, have skyrocketed, and the fact that, and I quote, life comes before the hobby. The reigning SK5K and Turkey Derby winner did confirm that the team will plan on running the rest of the season, starting at the Thompson Icebreaker on Sunday, April 12th. As originally planned, Zachem and Ryan Morgan are splitting driving duties during the season, with Zachem behind the wheel at Thompson. Morgan will make his NASCAR Modified Tour driver debut at Oxford Plains Speedway on Saturday, May 2nd.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer.
For sure.
You know?
He's like one of the best guys. I mean, not even just driving, but, you know, as a person. And it's a shame that it's to something that seems as uncontrollable as that. Like, you almost feel less bad if it's, you know, team turmoil, but to hear it's something that's purely environmental, you know, economical, that really sucks for those guys.
Yeah, when I hear like real life gets in the way, I mean, I remember seeing a post a while back, like the family business now is, you know, Max the head of that now.
Yep.
And so like sometimes you're just going to have to do things that, you know, pay the bills and you got to make a living, right? That's going to take precedent.
You know, the real crappy thing about that is, you know, they had a fast car at New Smyrna, just didn't pan out for them.
Yep.
You just hate to break the momentum.
Right.
I know.
You know, because momentum is so huge.
Yeah.
And those guys, once you get the ball rolling downhill, you try to do everything you can not to stop the ball from rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's going on here. It's like hitting a big rock and putting a big divot in your ball, and it's not rolling so good anymore.
Right.
I mean, when they talk about momentum in racing, like it really is that, your spirits getting up and the confidence is really a bigger part of that than anything. And not being able to go a race for something like that, I mean, that's got to put a huge damper on you.
Yeah, it's feeling as if
Right?
you belong. Like you get out on the track and you're like, oh, Bonsignor, I got you. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. You don't want to lose
to
it.
have that mindset
Yeah.
to know that you have a good car, it's I know we were talking about rookies of the year, and you just hate to see it for the team.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, the diesel prices, this is what I'm going to say about that. If that's what stopped you, then you shouldn't have built a tour car, right? But family stuff and business stuff is far more important than racing to me, and so I hate that he's not going there because I've been a fan of theirs, and I love watching them race lately, and it sucks not to see them going down there.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm also curious to see how Ryan Morgan does in his first modified tour.
That'll
start
be
in May.
interesting.
Yeah.
For sure. We know he can drive different types of cars, but first time in the modified tour, with the way the competition has been, it'll be very interesting. Now we're going to go to the New London Waterford Speedbowl, where they announced the details of their Wild and Wacky Wednesday banquet, which will take place on Sunday, April 19th. Wild and Wacky Wednesday will turn back into Thursday Night Thunder this season, starting with their opening event on May 28th.
Yeah, I mean, listen, better late than never. It's,
Yeah.
But at least those guys, they got to have their day to celebrate. So glad that it's happening for sure.
It's so late, they might be able to go there and catch a suntan.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is good that they're having it, yes, but like the April banquet for a season that's starting in hardly a month. I don't know, man. It just feels really odd.
I guess it's better than none, though.
Yeah, I agree that it is.
Right, it's better than not having one for those guys.
Like I can't imagine now's my time to celebrate something that happened in October.
Yeah,
You just got to keep living, man. L-I-V-I-N.
Oh, they living all right.
They living all
You can even
right.
say they wacky.
I mean, I see what you're saying, Rob. But if you are one of those guys that's waiting to get your championship trophy or your Rookie of the Year trophy, yeah, you
definitely want it.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to Darlington Raceway, shall we?
Sure.
Ryan Preece settled for a 13th place finish in the NASCAR Cup race at Darlington. Preece at one point was running third, trailing his two teammates, Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher, following a restart. The 13th place finish moved Preece up to 12th in the standings. Tyler Reddick scored the victory, giving him 4 wins in the season's first 6 races.
Oh, Diego, you know what that reminds me of?
Tell me.
Yes. Hey, you've not missed one of them transitions yet.
Oh, thank you there, buddy. So listen, big thanks as always to our friends over there, Preferred Fabrication. Diego, Tyler Reddick, first NASCAR Cup Series driver. I'm sorry. Tyler Reddick is the third NASCAR Cup Series driver to win 4 of the first 6 races in the season. He's the first one to do it since Bill Elliott in 1992. Elliott was driving for Junior Johnson that season. He didn't win again until the last race of the year and fell 10 points short of the championships to Alan Kulwicki. The only other driver to do it is Dale Earnhardt Sr. He did that in 1987. He actually won 6 of the first 8 races that year. Never relinquished the point lead after winning the second race at Rockingham en route to his 3rd series championship. And wouldn't you know, went into the archives, found a few pics of the 3 guys. Here's that guy right there.
There he is.
That's a good photo.
Yeah.
Go, Shorty.
And then there is the classic Junior Johnson car.
That long, huh?
With
He
Bill
went
Elliott.
from Budweiser to Coors Light.
Yeah. Wow, I never thought about that.
Yep.
And then the classic
Man.
Wrangler 3 back in the day. Yeah.
Just a beast.
Yep.
I can't believe it's been that long. I would have sworn Harvick did it in 2018, but I had to look back and no, he only did 3.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So listen, they're 23-11, man. They're having themselves a good start to the year here, huh?
Hey, listen.
Get to see Michael Jordan's smiling face basically every week now.
It's
People
great
get all
for the
jacked
sport.
up. He's
Yeah.
cheating. He's cheating.
Hey, listen. How about all the cars for RFK looking like got that
Yeah.
Biff kind of look?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was really, and those guys running 1, 2, 3 at one
Yes.
point.
Yeah,
I
that was
never
cool.
thought I seen Priest get to 3rd because I didn't think he had the car those two
Right.
had.
Yep.
He got up there and ran for a while. It was fun to watch.
Right, and they are really turning that team around. I mean, I know it's one of Brad's best tracks, but to see all three of them on it in that race, I mean, they have really starting to get a little bit into a rhythm here.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Just because Brad gave Ryan a shot, I become a big fan of Brad's also. Here. I was rooting him on for the win, too. I'm going to start picking him up on FanDuel every Sunday. I'm going to put $5 on my man Kozlowski now, too.
Well, him and Joey were beefing a little bit when they were still Penske teammates, so I kind of wasn't huge on him. But I've really come around to him.
Kozlowski, he was a pit bull, too, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he was a pit bull, man. So
him and Edwards flipping each other over. That was good stuff.
For sure.
Yep.
So Keeter throwing in a little bonus stat drop in the chat saying that RFK dropped that their 3 cars are 3 of the 5 that have completed every lap so far this season.
What an impressive stat. That means there's no wrecked race cars.
Yep.
Right, they're saving money.
No failures.
No failures.
It can only help.
Great job.
It's kind of a bummer because Priest was up there in the top 10 for a lot of that race. So finishing 13th was actually a bit of a downer to me because they just lost the track position and never got a chance to gain it back. They were better than 13.
Yeah, and Buescher was in contention for the win, but Reddick kind of nailed him there. And there was a weird pit lane transition there.
Reddick is something special. They had a battery going dead. They changed batteries. He went to the back of the field. Listen, when they changed the battery in his car right off the rip. AC's not working. Turn all this off. The man went to the back and was marching through the field where it's not the easiest place to pass.
Yep.
And he was just cranking through the field like everybody had a spark plug wire on.
All right, let's go back to the Dale Hedquist Motorsports Weekly Update and transition to the trucks, where Gio Ruggiero finished 8th in the NASCAR truck race at Darlington. He sits 4th in the standings, 45 points behind the leader, Chandler Smith. Corey Heim went 9th to 1st in the final 2 laps of the event to claim
Bro, we should be doing this right now. Like, what time is it, baby?
Yeah.
You see them get out on the roof? It's time.
He has absolutely. I mean, I know he had an extremely dominant season.
Bro.
You could, at that point, there were still a couple doubts. You could say, oh, maybe the truck's just that good.
Listen.
The truck he drove last year finished what in the points? I mean, it was in the 20s, was it not?
Bro, I got chills right now running down my arms. Even the hair on my legs is sticking up right now. Can I tell you why?
Why?
You want to know why?
Tell me why.
Because my boy Seth Smith, right here from Waterford, his first win as a crew chief.
Oh,
no way!
Yes,
good job by him.
Wow.
My man's. Remember Smitty?
Of course,
Smitty's son.
Nice.
We call him Snuggles here, and him and his brother worked on our mods for a long time. I was so damn proud of those guys, and Little D is crew chief and Grant Enfinger, and they got 7th in that race. But it was Snuggles' first win. Right here from the town of Waterford. He ran Super X's. He did a terrible job running them.
No, but you can say it now. Now it's okay.
But he was been a hell of a
okay.
mechanic.
Right.
And then as Heim was getting his championship flag, who did I see there? Mr. Keeter. Hand the flag. And Keeter had to go hand the flag to a fan. That's what Heim wanted. But it was a special time for us, me and my brother. I couldn't wait to give him a call and congratulate him. He's right here from Waterford, grew up at the Speedbowl, and it's just that's why as I was starting to talk about it, the hair on my arms is sticking up again.
Well, he made the race winning call. I mean, give him props. You were talking about everyone looks like they're down a plug. I mean, the rest of the field must have it, smoke out the tailpipes in that truck race. They said he's going to have a chance at winning.
Keeter said he's got to win on dirt at Knoxville.
Well, he may have a win at Knoxville, but this was like the first. To me, it was the first big time asphalt win he had.
Okay.
So and I talked to him the next day. So I say to him, "What? I think Logano made a drive for him there on that other race." But anyways, he says, "Diego, we're there for wins. I knew we couldn't win from 7th. We had a set of scuffs. So we said." Heim wanted to come in. Let's go. Let's put him on and see what. A caution did help them.
It did, yes.
Yeah, the caution helped him, but he made up about 5 car lengths in the last lap, dude.
Dude, everyone else had the same chance to make that call. I didn't even realize they were scuffs. I thought they were brand new. That's crazy.
That was insane to think that, oh, wow, he's made it up to 2nd. He's not going to pass Chastain the final corner, the final lap from 2 car lengths back, 2 truck lengths back. He blew right by Chastain
Yeah.
like it was nothing.
Who was it on the call? I don't know if it was Parker or who was it?
It was a driver's broadcast.
Yeah, it might have been Joey, but somebody said Corey Heim's going to have a chance to win this race, and I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, we all know where this is going.
Yeah.
I've seen this play out enough.
No, it was a really impressive drive. All right, some cool news to close out the segment. Hettinger Racing revealed that two-time defending Smart Modified Tour champion Luke Baldwin will be making his NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut at Martinsville this Saturday, driving the number 5 car. Baldwin is also slated to compete in 12 NASCAR truck events for Team Rayum, starting at Rockingham on Friday, April 3rd. Mike Christopher Jr. is also racing that day. Baldwin had previously made 5 NASCAR truck starts last season, driving for Thor Sport Racing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's awesome, man.
Listen, those guys, Luke Baldwin has definitely ramped up, the ladder here. He's from the Smart Tour, Prolates, and the trucks. He was with Thor Sports last year, and now he's got all these opportunities happening.
It's awesome, man.
Man, it's really cool.
And it's good that his debut is coming at Martinsville because that is a track he has laps on, whether it's in a modified. And I think he ran a truck race at Martinsville last season as well. So he knows generally how to get around that track.
You damn right, wise ass.
You heard him. And this has been your Dale Hedquist Motorsports Weekly Update.
All right, dear, my friend. Great job by you as always. Now, the Reminator is not here, so Bonssa is going to help me out.
Oh, you're singing, Bonza.
Sadly.
Bonssa's going to carry this because, I got my allergy shots again, and
wow.
it's going to be rough.
Excuse, it sounds like.
We're going to give it a shot. Listen, I just want to give a special shout-out to our man, Waddell, coming back again. There has only been one sponsor in the history of the Sid's View podcast of the Nostalgia Nugget, and that is our man, Gary. And we appreciate all that he does for our podcast. So with no further ado, it's time for the Waddell Communications Nostalgia Nugget of the week. Oh, we crushed that. All right. Absolutely crushed it. Don't let those bad performances in practice fool you, man. I came out of the gate strong.
You clutched up right there.
Well, Diego, the NASCAR Modifieds, they're heading down to Virginia, and that tour's run 40 events at the Martinsville Speedway since the tour debuted in 1985, 40 different winners, 23 of which came in the tour's first 8 seasons, 1985 to 1992, when they ran 3 times, all but one of those seasons. Mike Stefanik has won a record 5 modified tour races at Martinsville, with Jeff Fuller, Mike Iwanitzko, and Reggie Ruggiero each winning 4 times during their career. The pole winner has won the race 10 different times, including the last 2, both won by Justin Bonsignor. Some notable charges to the front on the NASCAR Modified Tour races at Martinsville include Mike Iwanitzko winning from the 24th starting spot in 1998, the Reg winning from the 27th starting spot in 1999, and the legendary George Kent won from 31st out of 32 cars in the 1987 race. This is the 6th consecutive year Martinsville is on the schedule after not holding an event between 2011 and 2020. And of course, we went into the archives again, Diego. Show you a couple pics here. Here's our man Iwanitzko.
He was nasty.
He was great, man, back in the day for sure. Had an epic mullet too back in the day. And then we got the Reg, and Bonssa, you actually gave me a different picture, and I didn't update it. This is from a different year, but at Martinsville. And then our man Fran Lawler helped us out finding one from the old Howie Hart archives. That's our man George Kent.
Classic.
Wow.
Back in the day. So that is your nostalgic nugget of the week. And on that tip, it's what a better time to blend into this. Well, our friends over there at Midstate Site Development, it is almost time to clock in. As you know, when you win a race at Martinsville, you get the old grandfather clock. I don't know if you remember, but when we went down to interview Reggie Ruggiero for the Stefanik doc, we had to stop the interview every half hour because his Martinsville clock kept dinging off. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Every time, the first time it happened, I was like, oh, what is that? And he says, That's the Martinsville.
Oh, no,
Park.
that was intentional. That was intentional.
Little flex
Come on.
move right
Yeah,
there by the red.
definitely.
That's cool.
Now, here I am thinking I'm all intelligent. I had to have this one explained to me right here. I was like, what are you talking about? Clock in.
Listen.
Well, when I went to Ted Christopher's shop several years ago, the first thing you see when you walk in the shop was the grandfather clock he won back in 2005. Yeah, so there's a lot of pride in having that giant clock anywhere near you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, it's still definitely a prestigious track for the modifieds, but even more so prior to Loudon. That was kind of like the grand stage for the modifieds to go down there. They had the Cardinal and Dogwood Classics in the spring and fall, and yeah, so a lot of history with the mods down there. Should be a fun weekend, and we will go over it all again next week. You know how we roll. But right now, like I said, that's probably on the Mount Rushmore of my favorite Rob shirts. Let's go down to the bullpen here for the old stat chat.
Yes.
Yes, to Sid's point, I'm glad I could be in fashion for the Hoosier Tyree stat chat. You know, whenever this one gets back in rotation, you know, it all cleaned up, see it there, hanging there in the closet, put that thing on. I know it's going to be a good day.
Hey, good job by you. Hold on a second now. Continue.
Thank you. Yeah, now to follow it up, we got 2 questions here.
All right.
Come to standard here. The first one that I have for you guys, contingency money, right? It often goes to the podium finishers of a race. Should it be restructured to flow deeper into the field rather than just going to the top finishers?
What do you think, Diego? You're the racer in the room.
I really think so.
Yeah.
You know, listen, it's great to be rewarded for running well, right? But for most of us racers, finishing up front is the reward, you know, because none of us are doing it for money.
Yeah.
And the series, such as the Monaco Tri-Tracks, you know, when the money is spread through the field, it's easier for the guy that's showing up and battling to qualify every week to show up again. If it meant a free tire for him, it's just enough of incentive to come back.
But isn't there a bunch of contingency sponsors that do kind of spread it out and say they're going to give $50 to the whatever the highest place rookie? That could be 13th, or sometimes it's for the 10th place finisher. Or
I guess the way I thought about the question is it being you know, the purses?
Well, majority of it is up top, at least on the podium.
So top heavy, loaded with money.
Yep.
You know that the poor guy, this guy may win 20 grand, but the guy that came and traveled and finished 20th got $700 or $400. You know, like, damn.
Well, I think ultimately, though, isn't it? I mean, the person who's putting up the money, in essence, would have some say in it, right?
Right. That's what I was actually going to ask, because I don't know the answer to it. Do the sponsors have the volition as to where that money goes, or does the track play the part?
That'd be a great question for a track operator, right? If somebody came and said, Diego, if you called up a track or a series and said, I want to give $100 to the 10th place finisher, and they said, well, we're only going to give money out to the top 3.
Right.
I mean, they're putting in jeopardy that. You just say, well, I don't want to do that.
Right. And if that's what I would suspect that if that's what I wanted to do, that they would take my money.
I don't know why you would say no to that. Right. Yeah.
That is interesting. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to want to go out there and say, all right, we'll give money to like 15th specifically. I kind of like these sort of, I don't really know what you would call them. They're almost like bonus classifiers, like the Hard Charger is a good example of one I would think about. I don't know if it's other ones.
Hard Luck.
Right, exactly. Like, you would want to spice it up a little bit. It's not just going to be, oh, man, I'm proud sponsor of 15th place, you know? Like, you'd think it sounds a little better when you dress it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know who's in charge, really, of allowing that to happen.
Yeah, I don't know if it's any hard rule. I think it's just really the relationship between the track and series series and the actual sponsor. But, I mean, it'd have to be something really, like, outrageous, like, if the race paid $5 grand to win and you said, I want to give $6 grand to the 13th place finisher, then you could say probably not, right?
Yeah, right.
But if you wanted to throw $100 at the 13th place finisher, there shouldn't really be an issue with that.
Yeah, I would hope that even if somebody came in and said, hey, listen, I want to be the primary sponsor of the race. I'm gonna throw 10 large into this race. To make sure I'm the headliner for this event. I hope that the series would say, all right, listen, we're gonna. I don't know if that type of sponsor is going to say, hey, I want you to load the top.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's at that time, it's the discretion of the series on how they spread the money through.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm saying is it would be great to just make sure you're always consciously thinking of everybody. And doesn't mean that guy down there is not working his butt off to get here for you.
I think a lot of it would just be, I mean, we deal with it. We have sponsors for what we do.
Yeah.
And some of our sponsors say, hey, we want to support it. Here's what we want to do, and put us wherever you need us to be.
Yeah.
And other sponsors are real specific about what they want. And both of it's fine.
Yep.
But my point is, every sponsor relationship is a little bit different, probably.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess you made an interesting point, Sid, which I guess I sort of was subconsciously fishing for. If you make too big of a appeasement for finishing like 10th or 12th place, you're going to get into this weird sandbagging game. Especially if I mean, an extreme example.
That's a great point.
Yeah, but it'll always be top heavy.
Yeah, but
right.
Rob, you just remind me of a great example. This is we're going back into the late '80s. Mike Levetri, big late model guy, right? Back in the day, and he had basically he had left the Speedbowl by the time the Roots came, and didn't really race much there after the new track. And I think when the Quarterwegs came, maybe it was 88, 89, they had a promotion where a welding company was going to give, back then they had a lot of consies. And the person who won the most consolation races was going to get a free welder at the end of the year. So Mike Levetri would go, sandbag in the heat, go in the consi, win the consi, and go home. And at the end of the year, he got the welder.
Oh my gosh.
So to Rob's point, you could they never had that promotion again.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I wouldn't
so
either.
to your point, Rob,
Right.
there has been examples where people kind of do some, sandbaggery
little
stuff.
funky.
Yeah, exactly right.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, I got one more for you guys here.
Hit it.
What matters more to a team? Good rules on paper or trustworthy officiating?
I will say this. You said good rules on paper. Good rules on paper is a great thing, but it's just as important, if not more important, to execute the rules. So I think I'd go with option 2 with the, reliable officiating?
Yeah.
That's probably where I would go because you said rules on paper, and rules on paper only mean so much if it's not being enforced.
Right. I mean, it's interesting to think about, like, let's say you got 2 tracks you can reliably get to each week. And one of them, you love the box that they put the guys in. I mean, you love the specs and everything, and maybe even love what races or whatever point system they use, but they kind of have a whacked out official. I mean, like,
listen,
and then you got the other
totally
track that's vice
hurts
versa.
the track.
Right.
Yeah.
If drivers are feeling like Fro just won a race and his car clearly didn't pass tech, but
mine wouldn't.
He
be
gets the trophy.
Yep.
I mean, I'm butthurt.
Yeah.
I'm real butthurt, and the more this happens, the less and less likely I'm showing back up.
Yeah, I think that I agree with Bonssa. The integrity of the officiating staff, and I go back to Tapley. I've heard a lot of people. Listen, there's been times when people didn't like a call Tapley made, but
Right.
more so than that, I've heard people complain about some of the ways Tapley called a race, but they also threw in the caveat of they know that that's how he's going to call it. They don't like that he calls it that way, but at least they know
they knew that.
that's how he's
it's
calling
a
it.
well-oiled machine. You may not like what the machine is.
Yep.
I
but it's
always
gonna run
knew
the
that
same way
too.
every time.
When I raced under him, you always knew it, and you were pissed off about it. But that's what happened. But if they don't enforce the rules or follow what they always do, and things change week to week, nothing good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the rules
Doesn't matter what the rules are.
Yep.
Alrighty. I mean, I feel like I kind of abbreviated, but that is the stat chat for now, people.
All right, listen, good job by you. Nothing wrong with a little. We were succinct in today,
Yeah,
you know
a
what I
little
mean?
breezy.
So we'll just keep the show going. Why not? All right, big thanks to our friends over there at Skake It LLC Property Management. Diego, I got a good one for you. You know, our man Ryan Lynham.
Mm-hmm.
Since we've started the podcast, he has been an absolute shoe when it comes to open street stock races and truck races.
It's
right?
disturbing.
But I went into the archives here. Did you know our man Lynham is a 2-time track champion at Seekonk Speedway? He was the 2011 Street Stock champion and the 2017 Late Model champion.
Wow.
He has over 30 wins at the track between Street Stocks, Late Models, and Pro Stocks, including the inaugural ACT 100 race.
Did he really?
And he's also won in the legendary Raleigh Lindblad's number 48 as a rookie. Yeah. And here's him from his championship season in the late models. And here's him from the victory lane during one of the street stock races. So Ryan's been around a long time. And I came across that and I thought, I kind of knew Ryan's name before, and I kind of went to stats. And then I mentioned the Bonssa. I'm like, Bonssa, did you know that? And he was like, no.
Nope.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, he's had a great career, huh?
He really has.
Man.
And still winning races. I'm sure we will be talking about him in victory lane at some point this season.
Oh, I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah, you got that right. All right, Diego, let's get you up.
Okay, man. All right, another awesome segment.
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
I got there.
Another great segment of Ed Marcel, Firewood and Land Clearing. It's viewer mail, folks.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now just press a button.
Oh, yeah. I love them, though.
All right in.
We're going to go to the first question, okay? And this is from our man, Mr. Wesley Prucker. So thanks, Wesley.
Yeah, we know that guy.
Appreciate the support. We're going to read one of his questions today. Is the tri-track competition just harder/better than the smart mods? Or was it just Ron Silk and Kopsick doing what they do, but in the South? I feel like we see Northerners go south, but we never see it the other way around.
I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Hell yeah!
It's hard to give an unbiased answer to that question.
I mean, it really
I've just seen him
is.
do so much. I'm like, well, of course they're better. You know, come on.
Well, I mean, Burt Myers came up here a couple times, and I don't ever remember him doing well.
Right.
And that kind of got old quick.
Yes.
And listen, I mean, I don't want to, it's not being disrespectful. It's just the facts of what it is. Like, the northern guys, the southern guys don't do good when they come up here. It's not surprising that none of them come up here anymore.
I don't know if it has something to do with, I mean, that's like late model country down there.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
guys that have converted to modified guys.
Yeah.
Where up here, some of these guys, like I remember Eric Burnt, Ron Silk, man, they were like 14 testing open wheel cars at the Speedbowl, or 15 and testing cars. They were bred.
Yeah.
But needless to say, whenever northern guys go down south, it's almost domination all the time.
It's an ass whooping.
Yeah, and so, I mean, the ones that were down there that didn't have such a great show but attempted, I'm not sure where Pastriak finished, but he's made a few attempts at those races. And then Jimmy Blewett also came back and was down there. And but, you know, those guys run good. Just wasn't their day. But, man, the northern boys, man, they really show up when they go down there. That's for damn sure.
Well, yeah, it's the heart of modified country. So what realistically would you expect? All the bred modified drivers come from the north. They're racing at all different types of racetracks against other modified for life drivers that have ample amount of experience, a litany of accomplishments and accolades. Yeah, when you're racing the very best, you're going to become one of the very best.
Yes,
and a
for
lot
sure.
of the very
Absolutely.
best are up north.
And it was a period. It was very obvious with Kopsick and Silk there.
Yeah.
They just kind of checked out there at the end. So good for them and good for the northern boys.
Now, Diego, before you go on, you know, because the Reminator's not here, I think
sir.
Rob might have something to say.
Yes, if you or someone you know would love to send us a question here, or if you just want to piss off me, you know, Sid, Diego, Bonza over there, feel free to send a question to the address on your screen now.
Okay. Well done.
Thank you.
Listen,
You're supposed to say back over to you, Diego.
Back over to you, Diego. But yes,
sorry.
Exactly what Fro says.
Back over to you, Diego.
Yes, sir.
We've only had one conversation, but I can tell we're going to be lifelong
I screwed
friends.
up, Remy. I guess I just can't replace that. I'm sorry. I couldn't live up to the hype.
It's all good, man.
All right, I got another one for you.
Yeah.
I am a longtime viewer, but new fan. I have really enjoyed the midweek content that contains the animations of the crew. What are the chances the entire live show could be done in this form? It would definitely add a spice to the already stellar production. The world would fall in love with baby Diego.
What are you, f***ing stupid? Huh?
Well, listen. Who sent that in?
That's keep up the great work. That's Anonymous Smith.
Oh, he's become a regular.
Yeah. Anonymous Smith, my ass. The Ricker. So we'll tell the Ricker when he wants MRN to sponsor the that segment, and then we can afford to make the animation for a 90-minute show, and then we'll have something. So
Dude,
let me know how that works out.
The shorts are funny.
We do have fun with them.
I rewatch them constantly. They're so funny. I enjoy that.
I still probably have about 20 in the bank. So, yeah, we're going to go well into the summer with those every Friday.
Wow.
Awesome.
No, when I saw Fro gets triggered, converted to baby form, I was like, I mean, this is great. I don't know if it truly encapsulates the rage I felt towards Moo Moo Mike at that time.
Dude, when they first came out, and we hadn't had a meeting yet, and we hadn't been getting together, and it showed up on my feed, I'm like, that's hilarious.
We'll have some more fun with those for sure.
Okay, we got one more from you, and this is from our boy, Kenny Catula Jr.
You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
Oh, yeah. So, Kenny, thanks for supporting the show, buddy. Hello, Sid's View podcast crew. Here's my question for you this week. What is your opinion about Thompson Speedway not running mini stocks? Will the drivers who competed last year have to run the Speedbowl? Enjoy the podcast. Thanks for all you do. Your pal, Kenny K.
Well, so the mini stocks. Well, there was only like, I would just sound like a wise ass, but there was only like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And we know Pompicelli is going street stock racing.
Which is cool.
Yeah. And then I don't know what Trudeau's doing. He has done street stock racing in the past.
Yeah, but he'd probably go to the bowl.
You think
certain
so?
of it, yes.
And then, forgive me for not.
I think, what's his name?
You got Porter.
Porter's selling his car.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't remember many of them, honestly.
I know it's tough because there wasn't a lot of them. You know?
Yeah, but
Jared Roy already left. He's doing late model racing.
Yeah, he's the main other one that comes to mind. I mean, it's something that we've been thinking was kind of overdue. I feel like the mini stocks are a little, for a track as big as Thompson, it's kind of a risky business, but I think they'll all be all right.
That was the main thing for me was that mini stocks at Thompson scare the heck out of me because they go real fast, and I'm not sure what the integrity of those cars are like, but I don't want to test them out.
Yeah, I've seen some close calls. Yeah.
Do they now? Do they go?
They go fast, but I'll say this: when that division was healthy, Mahalski's,
which it was for a long time.
Oh yes, they were fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed them. I mean,
Burgoyce was up there.
Yeah, Burgoyce. There was a bunch of heavy hitters in that division
and
at
it just
one time.
dwindled down.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's really. I think it's from the COVID era when they came back. Everything really slowed down.
I mean, don't you remember the World Series when it would be like the Thompson mini stock race was like 20 deep, and then the Outlaw race was like 24 deep.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they used to have serious cars there. And even then, I got to be honest with you, I didn't really like them. But when there's more cars, it's a little bit more fun.
Yeah,
But as the car count has dwindled, it was really tough to watch. And although I'm bummed for those guys that they have to either got to find a new place to race if they want to keep racing.
Right.
I don't fault the the guys running the place.
The writing was on the wall.
Yeah, they had to do it.
I mean, it's at its best, it's basically a super speedway for the minis, right? I mean, there's kind of a draft involved. Like it works, and there's a pack of them. When you get down to how many really were running at the end last year, you guys are saying like 4 or 5, and the whole gimmick kind of falls apart.
Well, I will say, the last mini stock race they had was a photo finish.
Was it?
Chris Minsky getting the win, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
I think he finished second, actually, but it was a photo finish. It was just like a few inches at the line, so it was a really good race.
You know, those guys had to pivot and do something over there, and I'm sure there's a lot of old mini stockers that ran there that are pissed off that
maybe they'll go Crown Vic racing.
Well, yeah, but if they're mad, they should at least be mad at themselves for not showing up.
Yeah.
And bringing cars. You know, I mean, they can't run a race with 3 or 4 cars every week. So
I agree.
Yeah, I feel bad for them, but we're going to end it on that note. That was another segment of Ed Marceau, Firewood, and Land Carrying. Thanks for supporting us, and get the emails in. We much appreciate them, guys.
All right, listen, it's that time. Break out your brackets now. We are going to determine the final four for F&M Electrical Supply March Madness. Let's go. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's take a look at the full bracket here before we break it down. We only have 8 drivers left.
Man.
Couple Nicks, couple Jakes.
Come a long way.
Dude, it's impressive that we went through that.
Right,
whole
I
race.
just thinking the same thing.
It is impressive that we have, like, look at all those names.
Yeah.
Who even thought of those names?
That was us, wasn't it?
Good job. Good job.
We made them all up.
All right, so let's get started here with the modified bracket. We have Mike Christopher Jr., one of the hottest drivers around, against the craftiest of all veterans, the Bulldog, Eric Burnt, who has been just tearing it up at the Speedbowl in the recent years. Let's take a look at the sheet here. How do we want to break this down? Why don't we, Diego, why don't you go first here, buddy?
Listen, it's amazing the career that Eric Burnt has put together. The great part about doing these pools and these brackets is the stories behind the drivers, and everybody has one story or another about these drivers. And Eric Burnt's one of the nicest guys that I know. I enjoy visiting him every week down in the pits. I hope I get to see him at the Speedbowl this year. But he's come up this time against a very formidable opponent, MC3. And so that's who I'm taking, baby.
All right, that's 1 for Junior. Over to you there, Bonssa.
As good as Eric Burnt is, and for how long he's been racing, which, geez, he's been racing for what, 2.5 decades?
This will be
almost 3.
This will be his 40th year.
32nd season.
Dude.
32?
1995. Yeah, so this will be
I don't think people realize how many years Eric has been racing for.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. But listen, Christopher is a gritty driver, and the way he finds a path to the front, the way he sets up passes that very few are willing to try, let alone actually attempt and do successfully, I had to give it to Michael.
All right, 2-0 Junior.
Ooh. Everyone likes my little bit of spice.
There she is.
She's here. Where is she?
Where is she?
Bring her out.
So I'll give you the Reminator's pick. She went against the grain from you guys.
Okay.
She said that the Bulldogs still got it.
And he does.
She does. That Ferguson Motorsports team, tough to beat, you know.
Yep.
She said it's all right that Eric, started racing when Mike Sr. was in the 82. He can still get it done.
Oh, man.
She said that?
Jeez, no, she didn't.
Come on, there's no way she said that. Come on. What the hell are we talking about?
All right, 2-1 Junior. Rob, down to you there, buddy.
Oh boy. All right. Now this, honestly, it almost feels insulting to make a story out of it, because I'm like, these guys, I could just see them going like lap after lap, side by side, infinitely. Truly, I mean, it sounds like, I didn't know the number, 32 years of experience, up against someone who is peaking as we speak. But again, as we speak is more important in this very battle, in this very race, than the 32 years of experience. I mean, Mike Christopher Jr., MC3, as Diego calls him. You can put him in the SK.
You like that name.
You put him in the Open. He can go probably win it at the freaking at New Hampshire. He can win it at Waterford, I'm sure. Sure he'd win it if you put it in SK Light, too. I got to give it to him on this one. It is hard to speak against the run that he's on. I don't think he's done climbing yet.
Wow. Okay. Well, that wraps it up. There's the third vote. That's all you need. So he is in. I also went for Junior. It was tough, though. I sat on this one for a while because I think Eric has really been enjoying a kind of a revitalization of his late career with this Ferguson team. They are fast, but I gave the nod to Junior as well. So heading to the final four out of the modified bracket is the MC3, as Diego calls him.
It sticks, huh?
It doesn't.
It doesn't leave, man. It's so catchy.
Yeah, it's definitely catchy. All right. Next up, the light bracket. This one's going to be a doozy. A couple nicks. Lightning fast. Let's see where we want to go here. Who we're going to have start us off? Well, She's not here, so let's go back to the Reminator, right? We'll just keep playing this so we can.
Everyone likes my little bit of spice, you know?
It puts the voice back in your mind so you can imagine the pick being set. I mean, it's perfect.
That just cracks me
It's just
up every
perfect.
time.
So the Reminator, she went with Diego's boy. Good old hubby.
Really?
Yeah, she went with the 16.
I can hear the song.
Why you sound perplexed about
Well,
that?
I just, I don't know. I figured she would be going against the grain because that's the kind of girl she is.
All right. Well, I guess we just might as well go over to you at this point, right?
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
I love it.
She's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end.
All right, 2-0 hubby. Sorry. Go ahead, Diego.
I didn't say no, Bill. You got it. You know it already.
Yeah.
My man, hubby, getting it done.
All right. Well, I'm going to go next now. This, all these picks were really hard, right? We're getting to the nitty gritty now, right? I mean, hubby was just unstoppable. A lot of the last 2 years,
right?
But this is March Madness, right? And we live in the heart of college basketball here.
Oh, no doubt.
My man Anglace loves to show up with a fast car.
And he's got UConn.
And he's got UConn on his car.
Yes.
So I went with a little bit of the upset.
Really?
I went with my man Anglace in the UConn.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So 2-1 over to Bonssa.
Nick and Nick. Two drivers that I feel like have very similar driving styles. Very aggressive, but also very methodical. My question is, if you push one person, how far do they push it back?
Yeah.
Because in this battle, I think that's the driver who would come out on top. The one that pushes back the hardest. If there's one driver I wouldn't push their buttons, it's Nick Anglace.
Oh!
Because he will give it back to you and more if you tee him off. So I have Nick Anglace moving on.
Is Hubby watching right now?
We got ourselves a doozy.
Are we seeing what's going on right here?
He might be getting a little nervous.
2-2.
Wow.
Down to Frolicious. What do you got?
I mean, it's hard to Anglace. It's hard to call him an upset, honestly. I mean, this is not related to my pick, but Anglace. I feel like every matchup we have.
Yeah, at this point,
there's no upsets. Like, this is unstoppable force, immovable object. I think it's no better encapsulated by this matchup right here. All right, we're talking about two of the toughest in the SK Lights. I mean, I think these guys are going to give. Bonssa said Nick and Nick. I was like, oh, I like that. Nick and Nick coming to the flag. Get it?
Oh, yeah.
Not bad. Now, which of them do I think is going to actually win this one? They're both nose to the grindstone. They both won't give an inch, but somehow when I close my eyes, I picture them both in my mind. I see Nick Hovey's face, and I'm like, oh. Oh, what? No, I don't know. He has that. Diego, you know it. He has that demeanor.
He does.
He has that temperament to him. I think he would get under Anglace's skin just enough to make him falter. I say Hovey's coming to the flag on this one.
Wow. Man, bringing it through. Final four, baby.
Nail biter.
Is that final 8?
No, we're in the final 4.
Final 4. All right, great.
So Hubby wins the bracket as the number 1 seed.
Oh, my God.
The first number 1 seed to advance to the final 4. So good job by him. All right, our next bracket, another doozy, a pair of Jakes. I think back in maybe the late 80s or early 90s, there was a movie called The Two Jakes, but that is irrelevant. So we got our man Jake the Jet Johnson against the rowdy one, Jacob Burns, both coming off of 3-2 wins to advance to the Elite Eight, as they call it.
Some bangers right here.
Yeah, this is going to be another tough one. All right, Bonssa, what do you got?
I'll keep it simple. Listen, Rowdy's fast, but it's hard for a car to beat the Jet. I went with Jake Johnson.
All
That was
right.
nifty. I like the wordplay.
Bangers, boy.
Jake, over to you, Diego.
Man, are these guys. I'm going to say Jacob Burns is on his way to the moon.
Yeah.
This boy is just getting it done. The problem is the Jet has already landed on the moon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's hard to not take the Jet here for me.
All right, so 2-0.
Yep.
Rob, what do you got?
I mean, again, how do you even like? There's no easy favorite. I walk in here and say, "Oh, it's obviously this guy," right?
This is a hard one.
It is, but on this one, I am going to feel like somewhat of a broken record because I think I've said my explanation for both guys the last 2 times we've talked about him. All right, so I'll give it to you one more time here. Jake Johnson, absolute menace. However, this ain't a modified showdown. I'd give him the edge if it was. But Jacob Burns, God, he's scary in those fendered cars, man. He's unhinged. I think Rowdy, I mean, you just can't stop him. I think he's moving on.
Okay, interesting. Now, let's get over to, let's have the Reminator go, huh?
Everyone likes my little bit of spice, you know?
Sure, we know, Rems. Of course we know.
That's so funny.
So the Reminator also went with the Rowdy one.
Wow.
Jacob Burns.
I knew this was going to be like this, though.
All right, Remy, back me up. Not exactly solid footing, but
wow.
You know, there's
So
something there.
2-2 over to me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this was tough, I got to tell you. Here was my logic on this one. These guys both win a lot of races in different divisions. And this is the pro late bracket. Jake's won late models and modifieds. Jacob Burns has won in pro stock and late models, which seems to be a little bit more consistent with what this bracket is. So I went with the Rowdy one.
All right, all right. That's what I'm talking about, Sid.
So
No,
Rowdy moves
yes,
on.
He understands the
Rowdy
assignment right there.
Is going to move on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Rowdy is a 2 seed. So we got a 1 seed, a 4 seed, and a 2 seed.
I feel bad eliminating the Jet, though.
Moving on.
That would be a dogfight, though.
It would
Yeah.
be. In any
I did
car.
not. If I was including Jake's modified wins, which I didn't, I probably would have picked him. But that was my reasoning. So, anyways,
that's my thought process.
let's move on here. The last one, they got the stock bracket. The leader of the Speedbowl hacks, as they like to say, Aaron Plemons, and pretty much the best sportsman driver down at Seekonk the last couple of years, right? Adam Petty. Let's see how we want to start
Dude,
this one.
bracket, that's 1-2.
Yeah. This is what we like to call a chalk bracket. Yeah. For sure. All right. Let's start it off with Bonssa. Why don't you start us off here, bud?
This was not easy to me because, Plemons has a lot of accomplishments at multiple tracks. But it's the sportsmen at Seekonk are just a different beast with the way you had to find your way through the pack while racing 3 and 4 wide for the first 5 laps. That is not easy because there's hardly a place to go. Sometimes you have to make a way, and Adam Petty usually makes a way. So to me, he made a way to the Final 4.
Okay. Adam Petty. Rob, over to you, bud.
Well, I've watched them both race now. I've watched Plemons a few more times, but I've seen them both, and obviously feels like every week when it comes to put clips up on the screen here, we got Petty doing something, right? It's always a favorite that we show, the Seekonks. But I don't know, man. Petty, yes, he's fought through what I would say is one of the most tooth and nail divisions in our area.
You can suck it.
However, Aaron Plemons not only did the same thing, but he has survived what almost feels like almost a slander campaign. I mean, the Speedbowl hacks narrative has to be quite grating.
Mm-hmm.
And he just has them shades on, cool and collected. I say he takes the checkered on this one, unwavered.
Wow. Okay. Diego.
Oh, my goodness. Pro shirt is so awesome.
You like it? You like it?
Yo, look at it.
Yeah,
look
it's
at the
amazing.
palm trees.
When I got somewhere to be, bro, this is...
Bro, you
That's
were
it.
talking. I'm like peeping the palm trees and the
Hey, it's hard to not
shadowing
look
and-
at, man.
That's a
I
nice
try to
ass
provide...
shirt.
I don't know.
Look
It's
at
hard to
that.
top it the next
I
week.
can
When I
see
come
him.
with this one, I'm like, how do you top it?
I can
That
see
is
it. Katie says, "You want to go out to dinner tonight?" Yeah. Let me get in my closet. Let me go grab the shirt. The shirt.
Let me go get my lucky shirt here.
It calls it the shirt. Yeah. Let me get the shirt.
I love it, man.
That's all you need.
All right. Let's go. Settle in here. 1-1. Over to you. What do you got?
Listen, I know Aaron Plemons is good. Right? Everybody knows that. But Adam Petty, man, Adam Petty over there is just really, really good. But Emma might slap the hell out of him.
Oh, man.
Wait, Wait, on top of that, this boy just gets it done wherever he goes. I don't care if it's Seekonk. I don't care if it's Thompson. I don't care if it's the New Year's Bash. My man is getting it done, and he does it again right here. No questions asked to me.
So 2-1 Plemons over to me, huh?
Yep.
Well, I think I agree with Rob in the sense that, Aaron's got the Speedbowl, the hack. He kind of did that mantle. A little bit of a villain tag he gets, you know what I mean? And I just feel like, you know what? You want to call me a villain?
That's what I'm saying.
He says, damn right, you call me a villain. I'll take the checkers, too.
Yes!
So I'm going Aaron.
The Black Beast.
Fantastic.
And Remy as well picked Aaron.
Wow.
To give him the 4-1 win in the stock bracket. So the second number 1 seed. So we have our final 4.
Congrats.
Mike Christopher Jr., the 4 seed, will pair off against Nick Hovey, the 1 seed. And on the other side, we got Aaron Plemons, the 1 seed, against Jacob Burns, the 2 seed.
That right side is disgusting.
Dude, somebody's going to be pissed off next week.
I know.
Yeah.
Somebody.
So what we're going to do is next week will be our final week. We will do the all 3 games. We will pick the 2 winners in the final 4 to advance to the championship. And then we will decide our 3rd winner of March Madness. Do you remember who the first 2 winners were?
Don't ask me. My memory sucks.
Rob?
Of what?
Of the brackets. So he's not even paying attention.
Well, I don't know if you meant the first 2 rounds.
Let me think about this.
Or...
Jeez, what was last year's? Was it the
Fenders?
Was it Gamba Corda the winner?
Gamba Corda was the
was
Fenders.
last year.
Yep.
And then
Modified's first year.
Oh, Christ. I don't know. Ron Silk?
It was correct,
Oh,
yes.
see, I'm not totally gone yet.
So we will see who shall join those 2. Now, we have a jumbo-sized edition of the Northeast Truck Road Pick'ems because we're doing the touring series, and we have ourselves 5 different touring series that we like to keep up with here on the podcast. So let's get after it here. Come on. All right, let's get things started. Why don't we have, because the Reminator is not here, why don't we have our man Rob read off Remy's picks for us?
Everyone likes my little bit of spice, you know?
Yo. It's a beautiful Tuesday. I'm here with my boys. Let's do this.
It's very good. Very
not
good.
bad, right?
Yeah.
Holy
can
Beverly
you
Hills.
do all the picks like that?
Absolutely not. There's no chance.
Okay.
All right, let me read them off to you here.
Go.
In the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour.
Yeah. Hold on, Rob. Let me just I know you're going to get to it, but for the viewers that they
let's
know.
announce.
It's the NASCAR Modified Tour, the Monaco Modifieds, the Modified Racing Series, the American Canadian Tour, the Pro All-Star Series North, the New England Super Modified Series, the Pro Trucks. Is it still the Evolve Pro Trucks, Diego?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
And then we have the NEMA Midgets, the NEMA Lights, and the New England Pro 4 Modified. So those are the 10 series that we'll be picking. Go ahead, bud. This is Remy's picks.
Yes,
again.
I need to get in the Remy mindset here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. NASCAR Whelen Mods. We got Tyler Ripkema.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Interesting pick. Although it's not, I wouldn't say it's total left field pick.
No, Old Blue, too.
Yeah,
huh?
not at all. The Monaco Mods, Ronnie Williams.
Okay.
Sorry, the text is really small. Modified Racing Series, Matt Swanson.
Mm-hmm.
And the American Canadian Tour, Gabe Brown.
Okay.
In Pass North, we have DJ Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
In the New England Super Modifieds, Matt Swanson, our guy. We were just talking about him earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 seconds ago.
Okay, maybe I'm a little rotted. All right. I at least remembered who won the bracket, though. Okay, let's give some credit here. Of all Pro Trucks, we got Ryan Kuhn.
Hold on a second. She picked Swanson in 2 different series?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
That's legal, right? You can do that.
Oh, it's legal. Thanks for playing, Remy.
I didn't write the picks, man. I am just the messenger.
I understand.
Yep.
Go ahead.
NEMA Midgets, Randy Cabral.
Mm-hmm.
NEMA Lights, Dylan Kutu. And in the Pro 4 Modifieds, Doug Meservey Jr.
Okay. Now, I think Diego We let Remy go first because she was not here. So you go first now in the official order we're supposed to. Go ahead, bud.
All right. On the redemption tour for the NASCAR Modified Tour, Ronnie Silk.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It's hard to beat that boy.
But he's got a hole to dig out of.
He does have a hole,
dead
but
last right now.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
My man can win. He could reel off 4 or 5 wins in a row. The Monaco Modifieds, I also went with my boy Ronnie Williams.
Okay.
The MRS, the Modified Racing Series, I was going to take last year's champ.
Brett. Yep.
But the problem is there's a few races, at least one, that's touchy. And I have a feeling Reserve may head down to the tri-track race, so I didn't take him. I don't think Ryan... Huh?
I was going to say, if he's leading the points in the MRS.
He runs so good at the Speedbowl.
You would give up a championship to run at a track you like to go to?
I'm sure he'd like to lock in a tri-track win.
Okay.
But I know who won't be there.
Yeah.
Brian Roby.
Oh, my
All right.
God.
It's sound logic.
That was
right?
my logic
That's
behind
good,
that
Diego.
pick. So I took Brian Roby.
It's a smart play.
The American Canadian Tour, I think this guy makes a comeback. Lassard was nasty, but I think Gabe Brown comes back and takes over what he had previously.
Okay.
The past series,
Yep.
I'm taking my man Johnny Clark.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay. Super mods, it's hard. If this guy runs a full season, how do you pick against them? You know who I'm going to say?
Who?
Jeffrey Battle.
Of course.
Right? The Evolve Pro Trucks. This guy didn't even make the chase last year. But I'm taking him. Randy Burr.
Oh.
Okay.
Not bad.
The Nema Midgets. This is your boy. Avery who?
Store.
Yep. That's who I'm taking. Nema Lights. Randy Cabral.
Okay.
Last but not least, one of my old-time friends here in the Pro 4 Modifieds, Rob Riccardi, to go back-to-back.
Okay. I like it. Who's up next there? I think it's hot seat. Over to you there, Bonssa.
I'm upset.
Why?
Why's that?
Because I think I may only have a few original picks at this point.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
And if I try to change the picks, it would take me a while because there's a lot I'd have to change.
That's why I'm happy I went first.
The only way you'll ever be first. All right.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Nobody picked this guy yet in the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour. I went with the guy who won at New Smyrna, Justin Bonsignor. Monaco Modifieds. I also went with Ronnie Williams.
Wow.
So that's 3 for 3, I think.
Yep.
MRS. I think Brett's going to pull it off. That's going to be a three-peat if I remember correctly if he wins this year. Get him that new fire suit. American Canadian Tour. I also went with Gabe Brown.
Wow.
So he'll be on top in my eyes. Pro All-Star Series. I also picked Johnny Clark.
Yeah.
He has a lot of championships.
You're copying me.
Only way.
Yeah. Good luck with
But
that.
he finished second in points last year. I think he'll be on top this year. Now we go to the New England Super Modified Series. Diego, who'd you pick?
I knew who you picked, Jeffrey Battle.
Yeah, I picked Jeffrey. So this is going swell. Pro Trucks. Nobody picked him yet. Todd Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Todd Taylor. Nema's Randy Cabral. Nema Light, Kyle Valeri.
Nice.
He had a good season last year. He's on the upswing. And then for the Pro 4 Modifieds, I went with Rob Riccardi Jr.
Okay.
Not bad.
No.
All right, I'm going to mix it up.
I see you're racing a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to change one right here. All right. I'm going to go back to back. 64. Yeah, Austin Beers.
Whoa.
Monaco Modifieds. I screwed him in the bracket. I'm picking him here. Jake the Jet.
Oh, yeah.
Good pick.
I had the same exact logic that you had. I was just trying to steer you away. Hopefully change your pick, but I'm going with Brian Roby
Oh, yeah.
in the MRS. By the way, Is it 2 in a row? Is it 3 in a row? I mean, with Brett.
I think he's won the last 2.
I thought it was Norm won the last 2 because didn't Kirk win one or is that?
Kirk, I think, was in 23.
So is that 4 in a row for the APE team?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know.
We should really know our stuff. Maybe we should get better at that. All right. Anyways, the American Canadian Tour. I went with Alexander Tardif.
Oh, that's not a bad pick.
Had to mix it up. There's a lot of the same names here.
Yeah, that's a bad pick.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
I'm going with
that's a good pick.
DJ Shaw to repeat with the Pro All-Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Just on the sake of mixing it up, I think Jeffrey Battle's going to be tough to beat, but I picked Dan Bowes for the Supermods. I'm also going with my man Todd Taylor in the trucks, Avery Storr in the Nemas.
That's your pick.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah.
Randy Cabral in the lights. And I figured, what the hell? I'm going to go with Jack Dumas in the Pro
Jack
4.
Dumas. He runs good.
Exactly right.
Yeah, he is fast.
All right.
What?
That's my picks. Rob,
I've
what do you
never
got?
I've never heard that before. You know, my dad used to call me that. Dumas.
Jack Dumas.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, let's continue on here.
Mm-hmm.
With some very original names that I bet you've never heard before tonight.
I like this.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Now, the NASCAR Wheel and Mod Tour, I thought I was going to be the only one to do it, but then Sid one-upped me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Austin Beers, he's going to be on the repeat this year. I do. Monaco Mods, everyone had the same thought. Ronnie Williams, I think, is going to recover and win the title this year. MRS. I think Brett Meservey, all right, he's ride or die for the MRS. I know you guys went with the Roby pick. I like the logic on it, but not enough to sway from Meservey. The ACT, I have Gabe Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Pass North, I have DJ Shaw. Ness, I have Jeffrey Battle. Should I start holding a piece of chalk yet?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Pro Trucks, I had to go one different. I had to. I think, give a little love to Jason Paquette. How about that?
Oh, I like that. There you go.
He did make the chase last year, and he's pretty nasty. I give it to him.
And he sponsors the segment. Good job by you, guy.
Like that, see, Sid, someone's going to do the activation around here, right?
Uh-huh.
Nima and Nemo Lights, I have Randy Cabral for both.
Back to back.
Double shot. Okay.
Yeah. He came, did he do it last year?
Yeah, he won both
I was going to
last
say.
year.
In the Pro 4, I just couldn't waver from him because he won me so many times in the pickups. Rob Riccardi Jr. from one Rob to another. Get it again this year, brother. You got to do it. You got to do it.
All right. So next week, what should we do next week? Should we do Thompson?
We already did.
Oh, we did Thompson. Yeah. Duh. Let's do, well, Stafford will be the next track that starts up. So we'll do the Stafford picks.
Ooh, that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll get back to that next week. Let's go on with the old pop culture minute, shall we? All right, Diego, my man, today,
okay,
March 24th, is the 21st anniversary of when The Office first premiered on NBC. Mockumentary-style sitcom, it chronicled the daily life of a struggling paper company in Scranton, Pennsylvania, starring Steve Carell, John Krasinski, Jenna Fisher, Rainn Wilson, and later Ed Helms, plus a cast of just epic role characters. It was based off the British sitcom of the same name that was created and starred comedian Ricky Gervais. Have you ever seen that?
No.
The British version? Not as funny, but it is pretty good. The American version was never a rating success, but over the years, due to reruns and streaming, it has become one of the most watched sitcoms in television history. In the year 2020, which was the pandemic, it was the most streamed series across all platforms with over 57 billion minutes watched in the United States.
Wow.
Jeez. Some big-time actors who have appeared on the show as guest stars include Amy Adams, Idris Elba, Jim Carrey, Kathy Bates, Will Arnett, and Saturday Night alum Tim Meadows, among countless others. And, of course, it is where, Diego, we have two of our favorite sound drops.
Let's hear them.
Well, I think what we're going to do is I think Bonssa is going to cue up a video, and we're going to show the audience, in case they're not familiar with The Office, just exactly where two of our favorite drops come from.
Wow, that is really hard. Do you really think you can go all day long? Well, you always left me satisfied and smiling, so.
That's what she said.
Michael, please. Please.
Come
on.
Why did you get it so big?
That's what she said.
Such a juvenile freaking joke, but yet it's just so freaking
It's
funny.
crazy to me that that it wasn't a rating success originally. I mean, even for people my age, that is the sitcom. I mean, people would say it's their favorite show. I'd almost roll my eyes. I hear it so often.
So you know what, Diego?
That's funny.
We made such good time on the show. I forgot to give a little real-time update on the old Mid-State Site Development live chat poll, but the question that we proposed at the top of the show was, what marquee spring event do you look forward to the most? The Northeast Classic got 4%. The King of the Modifieds got 6%. The Icebreaker finished a strong runner-up position with 34%.
All right.
And the Spring Sizzler, the greatest race in the history of spring, as they call it, 56%. That is your Mid-State Live chat poll question of the week. Good job by all of our members for getting in that chat and giving us their thoughts.
Yeah,
on
right.
the poll.
No, strong showing by the Icebreaker, though.
I can't
thought it was
believe
going to
it
be
was
running by
that
the
close.
Sizzler. No, but the
Yeah.
Icebreaker, all right, I like it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's wrap it up, shall we? Listen, another tremendous show. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget, follow us on socials. As we said, we have a lot of funny animations. The Reminator, don't worry, she wasn't here, but we got plenty of her stuff in the bank. You'll see more of her. Diego, take us home, bro.
Of course, man. Special thanks to Mid-State Site Development for the chalkboard chatter and the live chat poll. Dale Headquest Motorsports for the weekly update. Preferred Fabrication, thanks for the stat drop. Couldn't do without Waddell Communications with the Nostalgia Nugget. Of course, Hoosier Tire East for the stat chat. Skate It LLC for Did You Know? Ed Marcel Firewood and Langley. That's my segment, viewer mail. F&M Electric Supply for the March Madness bracket. Thanks, guys. Northeast Truck and Off-Road for the Champion Pick'ems. Of course, Riley Electric for the Pop Culture Minute. Couldn't do without Vault Productions in this kick-ass studio. Thanks, Sydney. This place is great.
Word.
All our podcast members, thanks for supporting our channel's content. And everybody for tuning in every Tuesday night and supporting us. We appreciate it and see you guys next Tuesday night.
Want to thank Flow Racing and NBC Universal for the videos tonight, along with Ryan Lynham, Lester Gray, MLB Photography, NASCAR Getty Images, Paul L. Collins, Mike Feltenberger, Troy Breggy, Howie Hodge, and Fran Lawler for the photos.
All right, everybody. Now, next week, don't forget, we will pick our winner of our March Madness bracket, and it'll be our last show before we start filling up the old hot seat. We'll give you a little sneak peek at who our first few guests are going to be. We'll do it all again next Tuesday night. See you later.
Man, I felt a little off there. Man. Yeah.